Welcome to your new Polycom phone system. Let's start from the top and work our way down. You'll notice the time in the top left of the phone. You'll have indicators for missed calls, voicemails, and the date in the top right. Surrounding the color screen are 12 programmable buttons. Your extension number will be the first 2 buttons. The other 10 are fully customizable. You can put parking lots or other users' extensions for easy access and quick dialing other people on your phone system. These 4 buttons located below the color screen are called soft keys. They will change depending on what you are doing on the phone. If we go to the right side of our phone, the home button is where you can get into options and settings, and it will also bring you back to your home screen. If you press the button twice, it will bring you back. Below that is a directional pad. On the directional pad, if you press the left button, it'll show you callers that called you on your call history. Press the down button for missed calls, the right button for calls that you made. Below that is the headset, speakerphone, and mute button. They'll all change colors whether they're on or off. On the left side of the phone, you have got the transfer button. You've got the voicemail button, so that's how you get to your actual voicemail to check it, modify it, etc. And then you have the hold button to put a caller on and off of hold. Finally, at the bottom of the phone, you'll have the volume up, volume down. Volume up, volume down will adjust your ringer volume when you are not on the phone. It will adjust your handset earpiece when you are on the phone. Let's get started with your new phones with a few basic introductory items. When you get your new phone, you'll want to go ahead and set up your voicemail box by pressing the voicemail button. Once you get to the voicemail menu, it will ask you to record your name for the company directory, your busy message, and your unavailable message. And finally, it will ask you to change your password. Please change your password to anything other than its default, which is your extension number. Onward from that, you've got your programmable buttons. If you haven't already gotten them programmed to your liking, please get with our support personnel and get those programmed. Some common programmings are other extensions in the office as well as parking lots. Some other things you'll want to know how to do is dialing your first number. So I'm going to dial a number. And notice you have to actually hit dial when you're done. It will not automatically dial. So now that number is dialing. Some people make the mistake of just typing in the number and thinking it's going to go. So make sure to hit the dial button when you dial your first numbers. The other thing we'll cover is the actual call history. So if you hit this left button, it'll show callers that called you. The down button will show you missed calls. The right button will show you calls that you made out from the phone. Some other simple items and introductory items are do not disturb and forwarding. So we're going to go and do not disturb. By engaging do not disturb, your phone will now send every caller to voicemail automatically. To turn it back off, you simply hit the do not disturb button again. If you're going to be away from your desk for a little while and you need to forward your phones to a cell phone or to another person, you can hit forward. Then you will hit select for always, and you can determine when you want your phone to forward, and then you'll enter your 10-digit number and hit enable. That will forward all of your phone calls out from your specific extension to the destination that you put in. So those are some very basic things on the phone, and that will get you started. We're going to do a quick overview of the programmable buttons on the right and left side of your color screen. The buttons will indicate whether users are on the phone or not, so I'll demonstrate that. You'll be able to see that extension 101 is calling extension 102. Once 102 actually answers, you'll be able to tell that both extensions are on their phones currently. So once those are shut off, I'll show you some other things you can do with your hotkeys. If you have a caller on the phone and you're doing a transfer, you can actually use these hotkeys to transfer a call without dialing an extension. So let's engage the call path, and then I can hit transfer, and then I can hit lines to go back to all my programmable buttons, and I can engage the transfer by simply pressing the person that I want to receive the call. Now keep in mind, this is a warm transfer or an attended transfer where I'm waiting for them to pick up, tell them who's calling, then finish the transfer. If you want to do it blind, simply hit blind, then hit lines, and then send your caller to their desired extension number. And that's how you can use your hotkeys. They are all programmable. You can have parking lots, you can have other users in your office, and you can also do some speed dialing to outside phone numbers. So that's how you use those. If you need any help programming those or getting those set up, just call our support and we'll get those customized for you and your extension. Alright, we're going to talk about some more advanced calling, such as managing 2 calls at once, answering a call while you're already on a call, and doing a 3-way call. So we'll start the process by engaging our first call. So I'm going to hit answer. It'll automatically engage speakerphone, or I could have simply picked up my handset to automatically engage that call. While on the phone with caller number 1, let's say a second call comes your way. I'll show you how to manage that and put people on hold and bring them back. So caller number 2 is coming in. To engage that call, I simply press the flashing green light. It'll put caller number 1 on hold automatically and bring me onto the line with caller number 2. While on with caller number 2, caller number 1 is now on hold and their call path is blinking red to let you know. Now with caller number 2, I can do a couple things. I could also put them on hold, and this way or this way. I could also put them on the global parking lot. So I'm actually going to hang up on caller number 2. Caller number 1 is still on hold. I'm going to bring them back by simply pressing the flashing light here that indicates they're on call path 1 on hold. Now that I've got caller number 1 back on the line, I'll show you how to do a 3-way call if you ever needed to. To engage in a 3-way call, you'll simply have your first caller on the line, press more, press conference. You'll dial your desired second party and hit send. Your caller number 1 right now is hearing hold music. So when the second party answers, you're going to hit more and then hit conference, and that will bring both callers into the actual call together. So that's how you can bring them both in. And then when you're done with the conference call, you can simply hang up. You can also split the calls back out if you wanted to have a one-on-one, and you could hit split, and then what it will do is put both callers on hold. It'll show you the caller ID information, and then you can jump to one or the other caller by simply pressing the blinking light on their call path button. So that is some more advanced calling that can happen on your phone and how to manage multiple calls at the same time. If you simply needed to put a caller on hold and make another call, you could easily do that with the caller by simply pressing hold and then opening up your second call path by hitting your second button. You could call your second caller, for whatever reason, and then hang up with them, and then you could come back to caller number 1 by simply pressing the blinking light that indicates they're on hold. We're going to cover attended transfers, blind transfers, and transferring to voicemail. Let's get started. On our phone, we're going to engage a call. I'm going to answer that call. So now we have our caller on the line, and they say, "I'd like to speak to Mary at extension 101 at the front desk." To start your transfer, you'll hit the transfer button, which will put the caller on hold. You will dial the extension number of the desired transfer recipient. You'll hit send, and what's happening next is your caller is on hold and you're waiting for the person at 101 to answer before you can finish the transfer. Now if they don't answer and you end up in their voicemail, simply hit cancel and go back to the caller and either take a message or we'll teach you how to send them to the voicemail. When they do answer, you can say, "Extension 101, I've got a caller on for you. Would you like to talk with them?" If they say yes, you can complete the transfer by pressing transfer. If they say no, you can hit cancel and bring the caller back. So I'm going to complete the transfer, and now that call is out of my phone and over to 101. So now the caller and 101 are talking. So I'm going to show you a blind transfer as well. Also note, you can do this transfer to any phone number outside your system as well. You can transfer to a cell phone, you can transfer to another office, another colleague, or you can transfer internally using your extension numbers. So I'm going to engage another call, and we're going to go over a few other items. So we've got the call engaged here. Now I'm going to show you a blind transfer. So this caller is saying, hey, I'd like to speak to someone at 101, and so we'll initiate the transfer. Then we're going to press blind, and then we're going to dial 101 and hit send. With a blind transfer, you're simply sending the caller to that extension, and you're not waiting for that extension to pick up and receive the transfer. The call just goes automatically to that extension. The person at that extension either answers it or it ends up in their voicemail. Now finally, if you want to transfer a caller directly into someone on your phone system's voicemail, I'll show you how to do that. It involves a blind transfer. So we'll engage our first caller. Now that we've got our caller engaged, let's say they want to speak to the person at 101, extension 101. However, we know the person at 101 is not there. So we offer the caller the option to go straight to their voicemail. So to do that, we'll initiate the transfer, puts the caller on hold. We'll hit blind so that it goes directly and we're not waiting for 101 to pick up. We're going to press 101 and then put the star or asterisk and then hit send. That sends the caller immediately to the voicemail box for 101 and bypasses ringing their phone or anything like that.